Hello, fourth graders. I want to go over hundredths in decimals. I'll review tenths and we'll go over hundredths, and then you should know how to do them. If I have 1/10, we write that as 0.1 or 0.1 because there's 0 whole numbers. We write 100th 0.01 or 0.01 because there's no whole numbers in front of the fraction. Now, one way to show why this is to look at a place value chart. Our place value chart starts with hundreds, then goes to tens and ones, and then there's the decimal point, and we have tenths and hundredths. So if I wanted to put 1/10 in the place value chart, it would go here behind the decimal. If I wanted to put 100th in the place value chart, I'd have to put a 0 there and come over to the hundredths column and put a 1. Now what about 400ths? 400ths would be 0.04. We would put that in our place value chart by putting a 0 in the tenths place and then writing 4 in the hundredths place. 0.04. And there are no ones, tens, or hundreds, so all those numbers could be 0. So it could be 0.04 and it would still be 400ths. Now what about 2300ths? Well, we can break down 2300ths into 20 hundredths plus 300ths, right? 2300ths. And we already know that if you have a 0 in the numerator and the denominator, that you can cross them out. So really you have 2/10 and 300ths. So you write 2300ths like this, with a 2 in the tenths place and a 3 in the hundredths place. Also, I want to talk a little bit about mixed numbers. 1 and 2/10 is going to be 1.2. The 1 is in the ones place, so it's on that side of the decimal. And then we have 2/10, 0.2. 1 and 300ths is 1.03. That's 1 and 300ths. The 1 is in the ones place and the 3 is in the hundredths place. What about 4 and 2100ths? 4 and 2100ths is 4.21. Now let's try some for review. How would we write 5/10 as a decimal? Well, there's nothing in front of it, so there's nothing in the ones place. Then our decimal, and then our 5 in the tenths place. 5/10 equals 0.5 or 0.5. What about 200ths? Well, it doesn't have anything in the tenths place, so it's going to be 0.02. 2 hundredths. There's nothing in the ones place, So we can put a 0. 0.02. 2 hundredths. Forty-three hundredths. That's going to be 0.43. It's not 4.3 because it's not 4 3/10. 43 hundredths is 0.43. What about 1 2/10? 1 2/10 is going to be 1.2. There's a 1 in the ones place and a 2 in the tenths place. What do you think 3 4/10 would be? It would be 3.4. 3 4/10 is 3.4. What would 2 12 hundredths be? It would be 2.12. 2 12 hundredths. What about 6 1/10? Well, there's no hundredths, so there's not going to be 2 spaces after the decimal. It's just going to be 6.1. 6 1/10, 6.1. But what about 6 1 100th? 6 1 100th would be 6.01. Okay, boys and girls, I hope you're getting the hang of these. There'll be a quiz on it next, and I hope you get 100.